this is the time to buy Bitcoin because it's vastly superior. It's the best money ever known to human. It's the hardest money ever known to humans. The network's never been stronger. The use case has never been stronger. The reveal that all these scam coins are junk, as I've been saying for years, is now stronger. I mean, the people who can't see the difference between Bitcoin and the scam coins like Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, etc., they need to do their homework. It's not like you're a bank on Wall Street where every time you make a mistake, you get a bailout. You know, we don't get the bailouts that the BlackRocks do and the JP Morgans do. People are throwing money at it to make it more secure. It's never had more investment than it does now. So these other systems, the other altcoins or even fiat money will perish. Everyone who's putting money into the network has the conviction and the belief that fiat money is doomed. They understand that no fiat money has ever survived. They've all gone to zero over 300 years.
After a week of significant crypto market downturn and Bitcoin's unexpected price surge, billionaires are sounding the alarm that we could witness something much worse in the weeks to come. But Max Keiser issues a warning to all Bitcoin and crypto holders, and the sell-off we're seeing is only the beginning. The Bitcoin tsunami that's coming will change crypto forever, and Keiser discusses the inevitable collapse of the fiat money system as we know it, and says there's a plan to take over Bitcoin and crypto. With BlackRock being one of the biggest players to get into the space, this will be the least of our concerns, as entire countries are now coming for Bitcoin, with the current price sitting just under $71,000, up over 5% just this week. In this latest interview, Keiser discusses why it's more important than ever that nation-states adopt Bitcoin and incorporate into the global economy before the inevitable collapse of the current monetary system as we know it. Everyone's focused on tariffs, inflation, and the so-called weak dollar, but Max Keiser is seeing something completely different, and it might be the most underreported economic shift of 2025. Behind the scenes, the US just pulled off what could be the biggest corporate tax cut in modern history without even changing the official rate. Through new depreciation rules, companies can now write off almost everything. That drops the effective corporate tax rate to somewhere around 10 to 12%. That means the US just became the lowest taxed major economy on Earth. Let's get right into the latest interview with Max Keiser, as he gives us his prediction for Bitcoin in the coming months, and why a massive surge in capital is about to pour into the space. Drop your comments down below, and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here.
The axis of power and the pendulum of power is swinging away from the dollar and the fiat money world. It's a new century, it's a new world. If you're unhappy in the United States, I suggest you move. And move now before prices here start getting out of hand and you won't be able to afford anything. The stablecoin market is outside really of Bitcoin, and then there's stablecoins, which is kind of, it's a hybrid, it's a product, it's like a money market fund. It's a way to get on and off of various exchanges. It was born during an era when a lot of exchanges had different prices for Bitcoin and you needed to go from one exchange to another, so this tether was invented. And it's backed by US dollars, and it's backed one for one by US dollars. And it's like a money market fund. And unlike, let's say, Circle, which is another one of the stablecoin, but they actually pay people to use Circle. And as such, they are on the verge of bankruptcy. Whereas that Tether doesn't pay anyone to use Tether. There's a big difference there. So I'd say Circle is about to go bankrupt. Circle is the one you need to work. It's USDC. That's the one to look out for. Circle. They're in trouble. They're the next FTX. They're about to go bankrupt. When you put money into the bank, you no longer own that money. It's not your money held by the bank. You become a creditor to the bank. It's their money. In the case of a liquidation, your deposits are used to pay the debts of the bank. So any money you keep in the bank is not safe. Gold, getting back to gold for a second, so it does get confiscated, and it is, compared to Bitcoin, extraordinarily easy to confiscate gold. It's not portable. If I wanted to move 10 million, 100 million, or $1 billion worth of gold, it's extremely difficult to move it from point A to point B. Whereas with Bitcoin, I can walk naked through the airport with my seed phrase, go anywhere in the world, and there's $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. So there's no portability problem whatsoever. with Bitcoin. With gold, you have a verification problem. All gold that's transacted, if it's really serious transaction, you need a third party to verify that it's actual gold. There's a serial number, there's a bar number, it's not tungsten wrapped in gold. So that's time consuming, that's expensive, and it's not fail safe. With Bitcoin, the transaction is the verification. No third party verification is needed. The transaction is the verification. It's all transparent on the ledger and for anyone to see. So again, that's vastly superior to gold. It's more divisible than gold, down to 100 million places. It's just going right down the list. It's superior to gold in every way. As Bitcoin started to make its way into the economy, it showed superior attributes to gold and silver. I walked away from gold and silver because something came along that was better. Aesthetically, it's perfection, and it's attracting all this investment at a rate that's nothing else is coming close. It's also attracting all the energy in the world in a way that nothing is coming close. And it does what it does to perfection. It's like the wheel. Once the basic architecture of the wheel was figured out, and the wheel wasn't universally accepted, but a lot of people figured out, when the wheel did come along, that, this is probably the absolute best design to put on a cart to move stuff around the wheel. And that design has not changed. It's still a 360-degree circumference. It's called the wheel. And it is what we still live with today. Bitcoin, similarly, it's finally, after a million years of trying to look for perfect money, we as humans found it in 2009. It's called Bitcoin. And we see in a country like El Salvador that it's had an immediate, dramatic, positive impact, and that's spreading to the region, to Guatemala and other countries in Central America. It's spreading to Mexico. It's popping up all over the world. We'll soon be on a global Bitcoin standard, and the price will be considerably higher where it is today, and everyone will be kicking themselves that they didn't buy it when it was cheap down here in the teens. That's always the story. They'll say, oh, it's going down, I'm afraid to buy it. Oh, it's too expensive, I missed the boat. And most people never make intelligent or wise investment decisions because they're driven by greed and fear. Instead of just doing the homework, do the work, do the research, understand what it is that we're talking about, the more work you do, the higher your conviction is. I've never met a single person who spent more than, let's say, 2 or 3 hours studying Bitcoin who didn't become a Bitcoin believer. In your case, I would say that because you're on a network that favors a competing commodity, which is gold, as a rational, empirical basis, within several hours, they will understand what Bitcoin's all about, and they don't worry anymore.
Embracing an unyielding enthusiasm for the crypto realm, Keiser confidently predicts that the next collapse is looming on the horizon, as BlackRock and many other crypto giants are bracing for. Keiser reassures that a long-expected surge awaits, as Bitcoin's price will rise exponentially in the first half of 2026.
They simply see the lower prices as a good entry point, and they understand that sometimes when the price is cheap, it actually attracts people to attack Bitcoin. The love is just like a tsunami of love over here. And I think that for all those folks out there who want to put the research and do the work, they'll see that the current price is an excellent entry point with unconfiscatable, uncensorable property that's portable, and obviously is going to do better than any fiat money out there, and is superior to gold, in my opinion. And of course, other people have their different opinion. Where the price is going right now, the price is going higher. Like I said earlier, I look at the strength of the network is really the number I look at. I don't look at the price so much. I look at how the network is doing and how the hash rate is doing, and are people committing capital to the network. And that's at all-time highs. So for me, Bitcoin's at an all-time high today. The price, it's a lagging indicator. The price is a lagging indicator of Bitcoin. If you look at the way that the commitments on the investing on the network side, it's at all-time highs, and price catches up, as it always does, and anyone who's held it for 4 years is in the black. They're making money. So if you can't hold your shit for 4 years, you shouldn't be an investor. Go to Las Vegas, play the slot machines and the roulette wheel, and have a couple of cocktails and go home. You're not an investor. If you can't have at least a 4-year horizon, you're not an investor, you're a gambler. You're a degenerate gambler, undoubtedly, and you should just go to the casinos and blow your cash. But don't call yourself an investor if your time horizon is less than 4 years, because you're not, right? So if you're looking at it, oh, I'm up, I'm down, the last 2 weeks, like, you need to go to the casino. You're not an investor. I mean, when you're talking about investments, you have to get a couple of things right. Number one, without doubt, the thing you need to get right more than anything else is the direction. Okay? The direction for Bitcoin for 13 years has been up. And it'll be up for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So that's number one, that's solved. The direction is up. Then it's about asset allocation and how you want to scale into it. And that's up to everyone's individual style. I can't comment on that because different people have different ways of doing it. I think in the case of fiat money, you're guaranteed to lose purchasing power, mathematically guaranteed to lose purchasing power with the dollar and all fiat money. With Bitcoin, you're mathematically guaranteed to increase purchasing power. It's like 2 + 2 = 4. You're going to have mathematically guaranteed increased purchasing power. With gold, okay, it's going to hang in there against inflation. Every time we talk, Daniela, gold's around $1,700, $1,800 an ounce. That's been doing this for 10 years now. Maybe it'll break out this time. But I have a feeling that if we talk again in 6 months to a year, everyone will be talking about it's about to break out, it's about to break out. It really, by definition, can't break out. Really, it's too big, it's too concentrated, and it's not like, it can't really outpace inflation dramatically. It's got to stay within a few percentage points of what the inflation number is. That's gold. It's a store of value over 100 years and 1,000 years. But if you want to pay for the storage, the transportation, the verification, and not have something that's completely immobile, can't move it around, and it can be seized. If that's okay with you, then gold's okay. If you want something that has a breakout potential that's far superior to gold, it's portable, it's unconfiscatable, it's immutable, it's uncensorable, it has everything but gold has, but 1,000 times better, then Bitcoin's for you.
The Bank of Japan, historically central to global currency dynamics, is on the brink of default, which could precipitate a global economic downturn. Max foresees a looming economic catastrophe driven by collapsing fiat money systems, rampant inflation, and bank failures. He suggests that a transition to a Bitcoin standard might be on the horizon as the world grapples with the impending crisis. He asserts that the promises made by the Federal Reserve and central banks have been hollow, leading to excessive money printing and a proliferation of poor investments. And with the aftermath of the recent inflation surge, Keiser says this will not lead to a return to the status quo. He argues that the economy has spun out of control, with the US facing a mounting debt crisis. Keiser presents two bleak possibilities: hyperinflation or a deflationary depression. In either scenario, the overall quality of life deteriorates. He notes the absence of viable solutions, indicating an even greater severity of the crisis. Interestingly, he points out how political figures are discussing Bitcoin as part of a potential solution, marking a shift towards a Bitcoin-centric financial framework. What do you think about the latest interview with Max Keiser? And what are your thoughts on his prediction for Bitcoin? Drop your comments down below and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here.